Very simple one. Some of you may have come across this idea before, I'm okay, you're okay. It was a bestseller in the 60s. But basically, the idea here is that as we're growing up, we all pick up different views of the world. And we know what all of these are like, to think I'm okay and other people are, and I am and they're not. But by the time we've grown up, we're usually majoring on one of these, and it may not be the I'm okay, you're okay. And we filter our strokes through it. So if we're I'm okay, you're not, then anyone who tells us we're doing a good job, we're just like, well, of course I am. And I'm amazed a worm like you would notice it. If we're I'm not and you are, and they give us a stroke about what we've done well, we say, yeah, but it wasn't only me, you know, somebody else helped me. And if we're I'm not okay, you're not okay, it's like, okay, so why are you being nice to me? You're after something, aren't you? Yeah. So the strokes get filtered. So again, if you pick up this as an idea and you start giving out nice positive strokes, don't be surprised if people then react in a rather strange manner because they're looking through the wrong window. Their attitude's filtering it out. From when we're born, we arrive with a natural child way of behaving. Fortunately, it isn't only crying, otherwise the grown-ups would get fed up with us before we grew up. But that includes anything we do naturally as children. So we're happy, we're curious, we want to explore. Also, we get angry. Little kids get angry. What happens is the grown-ups realise, though, that they need to help us develop some alternatives, because if we carried on like that, we're not going to survive in life. Like, if you get angry as a little kid, and then you go to work and the computer won't work and you kick it, they give you the sack. You have to learn something other than just showing how you really feel. So we develop what we call an adapted child, which is about fitting in. Very much cultural as well. We do the things in the culture, including the family. Next, we copy. So we develop two more of these ways of behaving. Nurturing parent, which I've deliberately shown as a male because although these tend to get the usual stereotypes, they don't have to. So nurturing is anything you do about caring for others. Controlling is being in charge of them. And again, the female stereotype, it's a bit like, you know, they say horses sweat, men perspire, ladies glow with health. Well, this is a bit like that men can sound off and they're just angry. Women are awful if they do exactly the same behaviour. And vice versa, if the man is nurturing, well, he's a pushover, isn't he? So it doesn't have to be like that, but that's what we tend to do. And then the final one, functional adult, is the bit being like a computer, being logical, thinking things out. If we then look at how those are useful, then controlling parent is the way you want to come across if you need to be firm. So if you did want to tell your partner organisation that that's not included in the contract, you might need to use a controlling parent if they won't get to it through logic. Nurturing parent is for being encouraging. So if somebody's maybe going to do their first presentation or something, you might say, oh, it'll be great. Functional adult is great for problem solving because you're talking rationally. Adapted child when you need to be courteous and polite and fit in. A natural child for being friendly. I would also say for being creative. And I would anticipate that in your business, there's a lot of natural child needs to be there. The thing about that, of course, is that in order to do that, you need other natural child people or you need some nurturing parent people. It doesn't work. For example, I've heard the mentions about procurement. Well, if they tend to be more controlling parent or functional adult and you go in like a natural child, they just think you're just not with it, and it won't work. Now, we can do all of these, we just don't always bother. So part of this is about you having to use the skill to switch your wavelength to suit what the other person is doing.